Fever Dream from Of Monsters and Men.
11 songs, 40 minutes.
Alternative. We're definitely back into a range of what we usually see in 2019 albums as far as like the specs. How long is it? How many albums?
Usually it's about
songs?
40, 45 minutes. Be interesting to see how long Notes on a Conditional Form is, actually. I'm interested to see that when it comes out.
Google it.
But be like Jenkins, Google it. This is interesting. I don't know if I like it or if I don't like it. Because Of Monsters and Men have been known for like, not folksy, but that 2012 sound of alternative, you know, where a lot of bands are like Group Love, them, Neon Trees, whatever, that style of blending folk, pop, and alternative rock together and making very good music. They did that on their 2015 album, Beneath the Skin, still, and I actually really liked that album. I thought it got severely underrated. There was a couple good tracks on this. They definitely pivoted on this album. It was more manufactured. It was definitely more poppy, more controlled, I guess is the best way to say. There were still some damn good songs. I do like Alligator a lot. The opening track.
The opening track is very good.
Very, very good. I like that. I will be listening to that for a while. I have been since they released it as their single. I hated the song right after it. Like, I really hated that song. And literally, I was on my drive home from work, and I'm like, verbatim, was like, no, please don't do this. You're not doing this to me right now. No. Halfway through the song, skip it because they're breaking my heart. Then this words in Icelandic. I don't know how to fucking say it. Yeah, because it doesn't have the D thing. It's actually a good song. The third song. It was a good track. Kind of that more blend of alternative and folk, but not typically their sound. Waiting for the Snow's okay. Vulture is a good song. I really did like that song. But they kept doing this thing that like Foster the People did with their Sacred Broken Hearts Club album that came out 2 years ago, where they do what pop artists do, where they do a lot of like snapping, clap, drum shit. But they didn't have any trap snare,
literally alternative percussion.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I call it, manufactured pop. That's what it sounded like, and I'm like, you guys are better than this. I know we've seen music from you that is amazing, but they kept bringing that into their album, and it felt not very genuine, and I was kind of disappointed in that throughout the album. There were good signs, there were good tracks. The last song is pretty solid, Soothsayer. Underdome's okay, and Wars. The last 3 tracks were good. The middle of the album was Wild Rose, Stuck in Gravity, didn't like it much. Sleepwalker was okay, but it was a lot of hit and miss for me for Of Monsters and Men, which is sad because normally their past 2 albums have been complete hits for me. Like the whole top to bottom on both of them I've loved. Yeah. So this was, I mean, I always say change your sound, and this is the risk you take in changing your sound. You try it, and you did it's not like Foster the People because they actually broke my heart and I want them to Let's Rock themselves. But Of Monsters and Men, they still made good music in this album. It's not like they completely lost their touch. It's just they went the fork in the wrong way, and now I think they need a U-turn and take a different route to get back to the route that they're on.
I get what you're saying.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not all lost hope. I just didn't quite enjoy it as much as I'd like to. Alligator's a banger, though.
I feel you, yeah. And if we're going back to the top of the album, I like Roro whatever because it does the thing that Cranes, it's like a similar drum beat to Solange's Cranes in the Sky. This particular pattern. So I just like that sort of beat. It's a little bit different. It's really fun, but I enjoy that part of it at least to that extent. But I kind of felt like what you came away from the album is that it had no shining, amazing moment. There's good in there, there's intelligence in there, but you don't come going, oh, Fever Dream. That's an album with like a lot of good songs.
No, it isn't, which is sad because
even after a couple listens.
Yeah, you go with My Head is an Animal and you go, every song on that album's good. Every song is great on that album. You even go to the 2015 album, Beneath the Skin. You could say maybe it was a little lackluster, but it had amazing tracks top to bottom. This one, Fever Dream, you have to search for the goodness. Yeah. Which is a little disappointing in it, but there are good tracks in it, so...
Yeah, I would say like the first 3 and the last 3 are fine.
Yeah,
and everything else...
I don't like the second song, but...
Right, yeah, but I mean...
I just don't like that. But.
The second song, my opinion of it was, I definitely... It was weird to put them in between Roro and Alligator. I'm not sure where they would have put it anywhere else. Probably just like drop it off the album. But it wasn't like a wholly bad song. It just like felt out of place and it wasn't necessarily inspiring.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like enticing in any sort of like fun way or even in like largely enjoyable way. Arbitrary scale for this. Credit scores 6. I'll give it a
690 is what I'm doing.
I was gonna give it a 670.
670. I'm gonna give it 690 because they still had. You're on the track of building your credit. Maybe you took a little dip because you got behind on some payments. You're in between jobs here
Payday
and there.
loans.
You payday loans, other stuff. But you're gonna get that capital again, and you're gonna be able to pay off all your debt and shit. And then your credit score's gonna shoot back up and be like, oh, back to 740.
It's all about that quarterly bonus.
It's all about quarterly bonus go hard. So that's what I take away from this album. I would say still listen to it and get your kind of own take on it, but it's definitely not their best work. But they have done. I'll still see them live, 100% when they come to LA.
Oh, interesting. I've never thought of. I mean,
because I really like their early music a lot. So
that's fair.
And I do tend to like Icelandic music apparently. So
that's randomly your thing.
It is randomly my thing.